G'day guys, yes, Sarge is back, and today I wanted to start on episode 2. So for today, I just wanted to talk about the first tier commanders, and I'll be talking about what stats I believe are the best for them, what does it take to be able to level them up, and just an overall view on what their abilities take, and how they are on the battlefield and things like that. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay guys, to start off, for the first one is Merry and Pippin. So Merry and Pippin, they are a support and tip master. What they take is basically ale and pipeweed. So ale and pipeweed are not that hard to get. They are in the normal rare chests and things like that, so you can, every time you get, I guess, a Manthem coin, you can unlock these in the chests, and they're actually, it's to get them to the beginning part, it's only 800. It's your choice based on if you want them or not. Let's go on a bit of their stats. So basically, Merry and Pippin are really good at support, I've noticed. If you have a look at all their abilities, it's all mainly focused on supporting your troops. A little bit of negative might, which I noticed was a little bit bad, but it's for the HP regen. It also has a really good thing for damage against large units for the Giant Slayer, so I have not encountered them yet against the other opposition fellowships and groups. So if you have the mammoths, I haven't seen them yet, but I've heard they're pretty strong. And then as well as the speed and just the overall, they're a support unit. I really do like them. But it's up to you guys, it's your choice. Okay guys, yes, so Ori. So yes, Ori is not bad. He's a bit of a balanced character. If you look at what it requires to gain his respect, it's 800 at the beginning. I do not have him. It does take pipeweed and ale. For his main abilities, I've noticed you can see a bit of focus damage, a bit of attack damage, a bit of HP, bit of might here, skill damage, and the Warrior of Lonely Mountain, a bit of negative 50 burn damage which received. So if you're going against, I don't know, another force that has a lot of burn damage, that will actually be really good to have him on your side as, one of your commanders, because, going against someone with a lot of burn damage, he would actually be really good in my opinion. But it's hard to say how to use this character, but that's he's a pretty well balanced character. He's got a bit of tip master as well, which I've noticed. But that's pretty much my whole point of view on Ori. Okay guys, yes, so we've got Haldir. He's honestly my favorite character so far for first tier. He is Lothlorien, which is really good because I am in the faction of Lothlorien as the elves. For him, it does require lembas bread and ale. So those are the main things that you need to get for him. I have leveled him up quite a bit because he is my favorite character. He is mainly focused on range, which I've noticed. If you have a look at his abilities, there's a lot of focus damage, but it's a lot of also poison, as well as a bit of might, physical damage, and while damage is increased, the army gains stun immunity, which is that's actually really good if you're going against anyone that has a lot of stun. He's really good for those, for your troops, for ranged units, so elven range units. I would recommend, especially with those tier 4 elven units, that would be pretty OP in my opinion. But yeah, no, that's my whole opinion of Haldir. He's really good overall character. He's very balanced. But yeah. Okay guys, so Hirgon. So basically with Hirgon, he's a warrior, yes, he's balanced. Having a look at his stats, he is very focused on main focus damage, bit of speed here and there, bit of HP regen, I've noticed. He's one of those, I would say, very well-rounded characters, bit of here and there. He's not my type of character that I would use as a commander for my group. But yeah, no, he's not bad. He's okay. He's got the 1+ siege, which I've noticed for your extra army. March speed is 3%. He's okay. He's not bad, but yeah, now that's, he's an okay warrior-based tipmaster unit, but yeah, that's my whole opinion on him. Okay, so Yoan. So basically, having a look at Yoan stats. Yep, she's from Rohan, so she's a shield maiden from Rohan. And to, pretty much unlock her, you have to use the ale, and you have to use the superior horse armor, which is different from the others as well. Yes. So when you have a look at her, basically she has the main focus of using the, your cavalry units. So basically anything all mounted units, she's actually really good for. So if you have an army full of mounted units, definitely I would recommend her. For the stats, in which I would recommend, it's all based on preference and what you need for your army, but that's the way I see her. I do have her in my army and she's actually pretty good, so I do recommend her for its first tier. Okay, so we have Boromir. So having a look at Boromir, he's mainly focused on damage. So yes, he's a leader in a special, and basically he does take ale and Lembas bread. But having a look at all his abilities, everything is based on HP regen and damage. So I would definitely have him as one of your first line in your attack. If you're attacking someone, he's definitely one commander for a first tier that I would recommend. He's major on damage and defense. He's a very well-rounded character. Having a look at all of his abilities. Against enemy army, 50% chance down, receive additional 4.2% damage. It's not crazy, but he's actually really good for the damage support. So yeah, that's what I have for Boromir. Okay, so yes, Faramir. I love this character. He is, how would you say, he's one of my favorite characters, Lord of the Rings. Having a look at what he requires, yes, he takes superior horse armor and ale, and for his actual abilities, I haven't really looked through most of his abilities because I've just mainly unlocked him now. But having a look at his abilities so far, he's got a bit of stun immunity with his, with his overall abilities that he has. And I've also noticed he acts as two commanders when completing tips. So just say you have a tip that requires two commanders, you can put him in as one, and he gets all the XP and everything for that. So I think that's that's really good to have him on your side. If if you ever were doing the if you ever go into the tavern and you're doing the tips here, he acts as two. So that's not bad if you're using him as your main army of your beginning force, or if you wanted to use him later on. So yeah, that's so basically that's all I have for for Faramir. Okay, so we have Dwalin. So yes, Dwalin is a warrior. He does require ale and the pipeweed. But so basically, when I was looking at a few of his things, I just mainly wrote all of his abilities down and things that is good. Self damage against melee units. He has a little bit of attack and damage. He's got a bit of HP regen. Bit of might, skill damage, which is not bad. One major thing that I noticed about him was the army burn damage received, so it's -50. So, which I think is really good. It's not bad if you're going against another force with a lot of burn damage. Damage against large units, that's really good as well. Bit of a well-rounded sort of balanced character, in my opinion. I have him in my army right now, and he's really good. So yeah, that's my opinion. Okay guys, so yes, that is my pretty much critique of all the first tier commanders. To start off with, I will be making a second tier and a third tier later on, probably tomorrow or day after. I just wanted to give you a first tier sort of commander summary of what they can do and the abilities that they have. It's all based on you guys, whether you guys want to put their abilities more to certain points of things, but that's how you play it. It's all based on your playstyle and what units you have. So yeah, thanks for guys watching, and I'll see you guys in the tier 2 video. Cheers.